talk about are so serious, so we don't have to give an excuse next time. And on the panel today, for now, I have a guest who will be introducing himself later. But me, the host, I'm called Ahumza Emmanuel. I'm a counsel, I'm a lawyer, graduate from Uganda Political University, went to LADC. I work around, and you can come to me for any consultation dealing with law, and that's our professional. So today, as you have been, our theme of this program is what is law. We want to, together with you, to educate ourselves. We want to go professional. We want to give consultation, advice to people who are out there who really want to know issues pertaining to law and how to go about law. And with time, we shall know how a lawyer behaves, because some other people also have issues with us lawyers. You find someone saying, it's you lawyer that really, I don't trust you. We are thieves. There are a lot of nicknames they have given us. Others tell us we are children of the sons of the devil, but we are okay with it. Because at the end of the day, you always come to us and we successfully satisfy your ambitions. So, our theme is what is law? And our topic today, we are going to be discussing family land. So, our viewer out there, I can pose the same question today as I'm going to pose to our guest. What is family land? Is family land a land belonging to a father and mother? Is family land a land which is bought by a man and the woman has no right? Or vice versa? Or is it a family land that belongs to the mother and the father, and the children are exceptional? So those are the issues we're going to discuss. We shall be tackling some questions and some other issues. But before I go further, let me welcome the host and our guest to introduce himself. Please.
Thank you. I'm Baguma, Normin. I'm an associate with Zemei Bear Law Chambers. We're in Masindi, Law 25, Post Office Building. I'm a graduate from the University of Dar es Salaam. I passed through LDC. I also happened to go through the LDC of Rwanda.
Wow.
Yes.
Quite an experience.
I'm glad to be here last time. We didn't manage to kick off because of situations that are unavoidable.
Sure.
But regardless, we are here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mr. Normin. Counsel Normin, you can call him, how many titles do we have? We have counsel, we have advocates, we have ESQ. So he's my senior in terms of ranking. You know, with lawyers, whoever goes first before you is your senior. So in seniority, he's my senior. So today we are discussing a theme of what is family land. But I want us, before we go into tackling the issues of what is family land, can we first tell the viewers out there who are listening to us, because they may want to research on this topic and also get answers on their own, what are the laws that governs land?
Now, first, I would propose that the viewers first understand the history of the topic we are having.
Okay.
The topic we are having is a sensitive topic.
Sure.
We are all having issues of land. Doesn't need to be family, but the issues of land. But when it comes to family, it becomes personal.
Yeah. It's kind of personal interests.
Yes, it becomes personal.
Yeah.
We've reached a point where humanity is going with greed. So as long as a father and mother are existing, you may see them as good. They all look okay.
Okay.
it's until one goes that most of these issues
Arise.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, most of these issues arise at that point.
Mm.
So the topic we're having is when we get to that point.
Mm.
Yes. When we get to in other words, there are two times this will come up. When divorce comes,
Okay.
usually, when divorce comes,
Mm.
the issue of family land will come.
Oh yes.
And death of one party, the issue of land will come. Those are the highly sensitive parts.
Yes.
So now, what does the law say?
Maybe before you go to what the law says,
Yes.
what of when one party decides to sell also?
Okay, yeah. It also comes. That part of
When one
when
party
one decides to sell.
off.
Yes.
Yes.
But you understand the sensitivity. The sensitivity that comes
Yes.
with all these things. Family land is defined legally. Family land is defined by law. Now, the law definition, if to define for you the family land, I prefer, since we are discussing for the public that may not see these laws we are having.
Okay.
We have the Land Act. It defines what these land issues are.
Yes.
We have the Constitution of the Republic.
Okay.
It talks about the equalities, the right to own property,
And the systems of
all
land.
those, yeah. Then we also have the Marriage Divorce Act.
Yeah.
Yeah. It will also talk about what will happen in the division of matrimonial property and all those things.
And Succession Act also.
Yes.
The
Also.
RTA. Yes.
So now all these things will provide for you that. However, we are here to simplify it for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If we start going into reading for you these things,
Some other people may really begin saying, now this is another
we are in
Greek
class.
language.
Yes.
Yeah, so viewers, what we are trying to do is today here is break this theme or this topic into a well understandable way, whereby even when you are explaining to someone else, will easily understand what is law. And there's purpose
to a layman.
And the purpose why we began by telling you the history and the laws that govern land, it was for your benefit. Because some people, for example, in the villages, I beg to be corrected. In the villages, you find that like the LOC or the authority, when they are writing these, for example, these sale agreements or hire or purchase agreements, they don't really quote the real law because
they usually do them as normal documents.
Yes.
But then now when you're handling family land, the main thing our viewers should know that when it's family land, there must be consent of your other.
But thank you so much. Before we go there, we are still asking ourselves this question: what is family land?
Yes. Now, family land is defined by law. But in short, there are three criteria in which family land can be defined. You know? One, there is land parties will acquire jointly. You see land, since we are from Masindi, you see land in, let me say Kisita. So I tell my wife, I want to buy that land. I bring 10 million, she adds on 1 million. If that is family land, doesn't matter. If it's 1 million, if it's 200,000, if it's what, she contributed.
If she contributed,
yes,
and should it be told, or should it be the evidence that in acquiring this jointly, it should be even specified in the agreement when you're buying?
You see, now the thing is, if you're going to acquire property jointly in this specific scenario, there's always that proof of joint purchase.
Yes,
yeah?
It's very vital.
Yes,
because I make claim we both. There are issues actually whereby you find parties or partners say, since I'm married to you 10 years, whatever you have acquired with me during that time, even if I've not contributed, there's a case I'm forgetting, where like even if that woman has not contributed monetarily, but her effort.
There's vast case law, eh?
Yes.
For that.
Yes. Now, when you say money, and then someone else outside is asking me, what if me, I've just been there with that man, helped him, prepared him food,
now,
and contributed to his welfare.
Now, let me first continue. So when you finish the joint, there is also a category of there is that land. There is that one where you let me say you freely call home, all of you. Yeah? That's where you stay. You will find a men these days we marry. Doesn't matter where, if it's a legal or an illegal marriage.
Okay.
You'll find I have a woman here, I have a woman somewhere there, I have a woman somewhere there. So all the three women, we stay in one specific house. So we call that our home. Yes?
Yes.
The fact that we call it our home makes it.
The fact that we call it our home,
Yes.
makes it a family land.
Yes. So that means before either of us does anything in regards to that,
Should have consent of the
consent
other.
of the other.
Thank you.
Yeah? But if you don't sit legally, under courtesy, you see.
So long
that's
as
what
you
we
all
were-
call it home,
Yes, but as
It's
human
enough.
beings, yes.
by law.
Yes. Then there is another one where we derive sustenance from. Yeah? By where we derive our sustenance from is we have land here. Yeah? Then I buy land. Me the man. I buy land.
Yes.
But that land we put it caters for our home.
It becomes a productive land to sustain the family.
Yes. Maybe it has our banana plantations. We get something from there. Yeah? By virtue of that, when you get to handle that land without the consent of your other partner, the law will come for you.
I beg to break you, but there are some scenarios that I have experienced during the time of consultation, providing legal counseling, and sometimes helping litigants over the issue of land. You find, like, for example, I am a man. I have a family land. I got it from my father. Now I inherited it. I'm now sole owner by succession law. And now I'm the sole owner of that land. No one has queries or interest in it. Now, me and my family, we have been using that land for cultivation, for agriculture activity. Now, the question comes, does that land form part of family land? Or it remains my bequeathed land as a gift in the will of my father?
It's a nice one, eh?
Yeah, because those are the questions now people outside there are asking themselves.
Now, not every property obtained in the subsistence of marriage is
a family land.
Family land. In fact, when I say property, I mean every property. It might even be a vehicle. Yeah, but the issue, since it's land,
specifically land.
Yes. Now, the challenge that has been there legally, that has been corrected by a number of cases, like Normin's case, came to settle some of these issues. Now, there is property. All that property you obtained. I'm avoiding saying a man, because all of us will bring the narrative of a man. But all that property you obtained prior to marriage does not become part of
family land.
Yes.
Now, what if you obtain it when we are together, and it will be bequeathed when we are together with you as a wife? No. Viewers, get me right. He's a man. I'm putting him in a sense of a woman now. I know now the trend here nowadays in the culture, the atmosphere is really poison. So we need to be so clerical. Now, what I mean here is a man marries you. After marrying you, within the time you have been together, then he is bequeathed the land. In a natural sense, or in a layman understanding, this person, the father has given him land. You understand? Or he has inherited the land from his father. Now, the question we are asking ourselves, is that land also forming part of the family land? As by the power law, under section 8A, clause 4 of Land Act, where it says ordinary residence is where the family derives sustenance. And that's the point where he was. And that's why we're deriving this question from. Please, Mr. Norman.
For clarity, I'll explain the answer in a way that is, in my opinion, I don't know, I'll just give an opinion of it.
Okay.
For ease of understanding, yeah? When you marry a woman, the law, our law says marry a woman.
Unless other laws from other countries, but ours is marry a woman. Yes.
When you marry a woman, your intention is to build a family with that woman. The intention is you're going to increase on the nucleus of the family. Yeah?
Yes.
It will start as the man and the woman and the children.
Yes.
That is one family unit. Yes?
Yeah.
So that is your lineage. Get the point? Your father was in a lineage that is yours. You get the point?
Yes.
Once I die, yes? And then I leave my son. I leave who?
Your son.
My son, who is married.
Who's married?
I
yes.
leave to my son. My estate.
Yes.
Doesn't become his wife's estate.
Okay.
Doesn't become his
wife's estate.
It doesn't. That is not my intention. Unless I gifted them.
Both.
Unless I said, my son and your wife, I'm giving you this. Unless I said, my daughter, I'm giving you this. You get the point?
I do.
So I think in understanding the question you gave me, the moment I give my son
land,
it is for who?
It's for your son.
And my son's lineage is his children.
I'm getting.
You get the point?
Yes.
This is just interpretation. The law is vast, but this is just interpretation.
Yes.
The wife cannot claim that the property I gave my son is his
family land.
Yes, because I gave it to my son. Unless I gifted them as a family.
Now, Mr. Baguma, don't you think even when that land is gifted to a son, when a man wants to sell it, because the context here we are deriving this is, you have been, as a family, even when the land that belongs to you, as in the traditional way, the family has been deriving sustenance.
How do you know?
No, let me first give you the family has been deriving sustenance from that land.
No, I want to give you.
Now, my question is simple here. So also a man has to get consent from the wife to sell it.
Yes, is not. He doesn't need, because this is his land. It's the same question I will give. It's reasoning. Anyway, we all vary.
Yes.
In the school of thoughts. It's the same thing. You do know you can acquire property.
Yes.
Independently. Yes. You can acquire property. Independently. Even in the subsistence of marriage. And even the law says that property acquired before marriage is what? Is not considered as
family property.
Yes. But if that is the same property that we are deriving sustenance from, right?
And is acquired within the time of marriage.
I'm saying the one that before
if it is before,
yes,
as
but
per
we are
law,
deriving sustenance
from that,
does it become part of the property?
as per the law? That's why I wanted us to interpret this law very well.
That's what I'm saying. Yes? That's what I'm saying. The fact that it's still property obtained that is not in the cluster of your family, you can argue it differently. Even if you have been deriving sustenance from it? Yes. You can, the law says you can actually obtain property individually, even in the subsistence of marriage. That's what people don't get. But my question always comes, this has also, now I want us to value our school of thought vis-a-vis the law. You see, I believe owning individual property, sometimes this property should be out of reach, maybe of the family. Let me for example, if land that I buy for my own, not for my family, that should not even a family have any business with it. Maybe, for example, getting sustenance from it. That's number one. Number two, maybe being used by the family for any productive purpose or economy. Because now, how selfish. Yes, because you know, as the law has said, even individually, as you have acquired property individually. Because by the time you acquire property individually, even when you have a family, immediately you have other plans other than the family plans. You know that it can still be run after. Now, in terms of succession. No, it doesn't need to be succession. In your will. You see. Eh? Are you a married man? Yes, I am. Some of us. We are coming. Oh, we are coming. But you see, the moment you marry and you get children, you're not going to buy property for the sake of. You're going to buy it in anticipation of your family. But that's I know. You get the point? You're going to buy property in anticipation of the family. Yes. And if either of you is weak, it doesn't need to be weak. Weak doesn't need to be financial. Your wife might buy property and she hides it from you. The day you get to know, you get very angry. How did you buy this property? Without my consent, without my knowledge. But is it your property? You see, it's hers or his. You get the point? Yes. But you see where the emotional part has come already. Nah, because this is matrimony. Yeah. Let us not forget that we are running on a sensitive matter. You're running on the sensitive matter. So however much you buy property individually, in your individual capacity, and you say I will handle it myself, it will come back to bite you. Because now I believe during the realization of the property, after maybe one of the party, the owner of that property passes on. That's where the issues come from. Now it will always be brought under the property, matrimonial property. So that's where us we come in to teach you like how we are teaching you. Please go on. Initially, initially to individually. Yes. But now, upon this demise, it becomes a matrimonial property. Yes. So, if you acquired it during the subsistence of the marriage, yes, this is where the issues I told you before will come in. Why we having a house there? Why we farming there? If we call it matrimonial property, you get it? The terms and conditions will arise. Yes. In fact, I need first read for you. Please go on. Land, when they are saying land from which the family derives sustenance from, they mean land which the family farms on. Land which the family farms on. Yes. By farming, you don't know the definition of farming. I do. Because if you're doing commercial farming, is that? No. We're talking about this subsidiary farming. Did the law describe it? You know, that is the Are you getting the trick? Yeah. 2. The land which the family treats as the principal place. Yes. That provides for the livelihood of the family. Okay. I'm back to the issue of the commercial property. You get it? Yeah. And then the one you freely agree. It's called your home and place of food and income.
Mm.
It's still a trick. Doesn't you're not going to skip anything.
Okay.
Yeah, but it will always come to the schools of thought, how you understand, and how you handle your property.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Baguma. You know, viewers, these things we're talking about, we are trying to simplify the section 38A4 of the Land Act, which gives out which we derive the meaning of family land. And these are some of the points that we are trying to make them simple for any person to understand. And the challenge we have gotten in simplifying this law is sustenance. The land that you where you derive sustenance, and sustenance we look at farming, and farming the does not tell us either for subsidiary or commercial. It just leave it as farming.
They will tell you, they tell you land where you get sustenance from.
Exactly. So sustenance is the way too. And what another note can define family land in your legal perspective or your experience?
You see, Mr. Emma, family land. Family land is very broad. Every land can qualify as family
land. But me, I want those principles that one can stand and say, because of this,
the principles,
this qualifies as family land.
Principles, we've already established them.
There's the one principle that we have not talked about, where they say where the members freely and voluntarily agree to treat as family land.
Yeah, that is the one we talked about, where you build your home. Yes? You build your
home
and you stay there. We say usually people will always come in the Christmas periods. The African tradition, you leave town, Kampala, you come to the villages like Masindi, you go to Hoima, you go to Ulisa. Yes? Where you reach and you land
and you settle
as a
family.
And you feel comfortable as a family. You can't claim that is not family.
Not whereby you bury. Because those are also issues, whereby friends are saying, no, this is a family land, this we bury there. No, it can be a cemetery. A family cemetery, not a family land. You know?
But the tricky part is where there is ancestral, where you bury your father and your people, yes. It usually comes. It usually comes. But of course, if you have grandfathers, what, you'll find it's clan or ancestral, something like that.
Okay. Now, my question is today, another question we have here is, can any partner sell land with no consent of the other partner?
If it's your land.
If it's a family land. Because I have a look at family land.
Yes. But people need to know. People need to know there is land that is yours personally.
Yes.
Even in the subsistence of marriage.
Yes.
That one you can sell without the consent of your
partner.
Now, if your land qualifies in what we've just said,
family land,
avoid dealing with that land without the consent.
Because now it does no longer carry personal interest.
It's no longer your personal land.
Yes.
For you to use. You bought your land, you put there your wife, you use there your house, put there your children, it is in your names. The land is in your wife.
In your names.
But you put there a house, you brought your children there, you got another piece of land, you put there your matoke. It is where, when you go for your business travels, your wife stays here, goes in the garden, in the shamba, breaks the matoke, comes, all those pieces of land. You need her consent.
Before selling it.
Not even selling, even getting a loan. A mortgage.
You know, we have
also consent.
We have issues, and we by law we no longer call children bastards, isn't it? All children are legit,
equal
in the eyes of the law.
On the board.
Even if you by succession act and by the Children's Act, the Constitution itself does not give right to call a child a bastard simply because the child does not belong from a legal wife. All children are. So my question also comes, can a child born from another woman who is not who has not been there, can that child qualify to get a say on the family land? See, these are questions that lay people outside. They need answers. They have been kept in a blanket of darkness.
I'll give you a scenario. There's a lady. She was not married. Legally. There are those who are married, but still the marriages are illegal, but they don't know their marriages are
illegal. They are cohabiting.
They did have marriages. They were married.
Yeah.
They were married.
There's a case scenario we argued out in our moot court where a woman was trying to prove that a man was mentally ill, and by law, by the time they married, those years, their marriage was not legally registered under the register of marriages. So, and the man successfully challenged the marriage, said this marriage was not registered, and actually we did not even marry. We did not legally marry because he gave a story. I said I was living in Barara, whereas the place of where the function took place, it was in Arua. So those days there were no transports. Within 2 days that you could reach and do what? And then he gave another story and said, even though it would have been a marriage, she has always been my girlfriend. But a girlfriend whom I have lived with for 30 years and have grown up children. Please go on. That is an interesting scenario that we get. Yes.
So my point was, it doesn't matter. The issue, my scenario was she was in a marriage. She thought she was in a marriage, but the husband got her a house where she was staying. You get the point? Got her where she was?
He was staying.
And good children.
Place of abode. Yeah.
House. Now, he later on says that this marriage is not there. It's not existing. Are you seeing the trick? So if the marriage is not existing, automatically, this lady loses claim.
You're right.
On this. But do the children lose the claim on their fathers?
But again,
where they're staying? And
my question also asks, someone else there will also ask himself, like me, what qualifies to be a family under the law? Because we're discussing about family land, but we forgot to discuss what constitutes a family under the law.
If you're going to read the family under the law, you should have gone through the Marriage Act, and all the acts substantial thereon. We have types of marriages in Uganda that are recognized.
Yes, we have Hindu, we have Islamic, tradition, customary, civil and the church.
So if the moment you undergo through any of those,
qualify to be a family. So in that scenario, that woman was not in the family.
She was not in a family.
She was not in a family.
She was not in a family
constitution.
So that means
she was a girlfriend.
Whatever she was.
She was a friend to a man.
But the children, where do the children go? You understand? That is where the tricky part comes. If the woman is not recognized by law, where do her siblings
go?
Should they be chased?
No.
From their land because the mother is not?
I don't know. Maybe you can tell us. Because the viewer also want to know.
You can't?
Why? Why can't you chase these children away?
Because, like I was giving you the example, I was giving you of the succession of properties. If I give my son the land, who my intention is my lineage. I'm trying to keep
your lineage. Yes.
My lineage. You get the point?
Yes.
So the argument that was there was the children were entitled to this,
to the land,
and their rights had to be, because they were young,
protected. Yes.
And the wife survived with them
in the same house. So in other words, actually, you could call it was a family house in court.
So people have to get married. If you're going to survive,
You have to survive, you have to get married.
and lay claim under the family we're arguing here.
Yes.
You have to get
Because
married.
if you don't have one, you don't claim any.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. You can only own your property individually. In fact, I think that's something you didn't ask me about.
Mm.
In fact,
Mm.
if you're not married,
Mm.
whichever property you acquire is yours personal.
Whether you're a man or a woman.
As long as you don't come in the marriage
Constitution.
the law, the marriage law,
You
your
are
property
just.
is yours
And the children.
and your children. So I'm not saying everyone should acquire
But-
before marriage.
But the logic is whether a man or a woman, whatever property you acquire, the children have right over
Hey,
it.
you're not going to leave people to suffer. They are your issues. You're not going to leave people
To suffer.
They are your issues. If it wasn't for you, they wouldn't be here.
Dear viewers, we are seated here in Victoria Villa Hotel, and you can come and have a place of yourself to rest your mind over the stress, and bring a family, bring a friend, and bring a party, bring also occasion that you want to make and live a memory of your life. And we are here discussing a topic of what is family land. We have been hearing us, we have been sharing. I hope by this time you have comments. Please, if you have a comment, please do write it there and we shall read it. And the topic we're discussing is very essential and very interesting.
It's just not family land. We're also talking about family.
We're also talking about family.
By family,
Because
we mean
you cannot
wife
talk about
and-
family land without a family.
By family, we mean a wife,
A wife and a woman. Not a man and a man,
No.
and a woman and a woman.
a wife and a husband.
A wife and a husband.
That's what we're talking about.
Yes, but by the way, it's not about a wife and a husband. It's a husband and a wife who is a man and a woman. Yes, because the other countries are making it different. You find a woman and a woman, but there's a wife and a husband, isn't it? So here in Uganda, in our laws in Uganda, by our constitution, we're talking about a woman who is married to one man, monogamous family, that's a church. And a man married to whoever woman he can take care of, that's Islam. And even to an African tradition and customary. Then we are talking about civil, which also is monogamy by law, whereby a man marries one woman and the marriage is registered under the register of marriages.
Now, Mr. Emma, I think emphasis, my emphasis, in my opinion, I think for the viewers, should be the law is equal. Huh?
In what context is law?
The law is equal. Based on the topic we are on. The law is
equal.
based on the topic we are on.
Yes.
Traditionally, it's a questionable issue of equality.
Equality.
Based on our African tradition.
culture norms.
It's a very sensitive topic.
Yeah, by the way, when you go to African norms and culture, it's but the law says.
You understand the Bible?
No. The law says anything that is repugnant to the constitution is null and void. Meaning that if your culture there, for it says different from what the law is saying. Meaning that however much, like for example, there are cultures that don't regard women or which regard women as assets. In other
Women
words,
are not supposed to own land.
yes, so when we come to talking about the topic of inheritance, we shall tackle over more of that side, because cultures here in Africa have a different view. You understand? They have a different view of how they look at things. But now we want us to ask ourselves this question. If I buy family land without the consent from the spouse, how or what procedure can I follow to claim my money back?
The moment you buy land, it's a contract. And every contract is supposed to be legal. remember we talked about the fact that if land is acquired and it falls under the category of family land, that means the family has to consent.
Yeah.
And by family, what do we mean? The two.
The two have agreed
Have agreed
to the purchase, to
so
the
if
transaction.
if you transact with one without involving the other,
yes,
that contract is
it's void.
legally they call it void. But in an understanding language, that contract is
An
illegal.
existence.
Yeah? That means in Nyoro oguzire mbeho.
Niyo gedali de onahaguzie ki?
Oguzire mbeho. Because the consent is not
It's not there for another
Now,
party. Yes.
who did you buy that land from? You bought it from Normin, me. I didn't put the consent of my wife. That means I did an illegal transaction. You cannot. How will you recover your money? You can only recover your money from who you gave your money to.
Supposing not there and the land is there.
Supposing I'm no longer there.
Yes. And the land is there. And me, I either get my money or I use the land. So there could be a way out by law. Which process do I follow?
It's an interesting one. Now, the moment a contract is void, you only have one way of rescuing yourself from such contracts. Because you want these contracts to be declared void.
Void, yes.
That's why you need us. That's why you need
a lawyer.
That's why you need a lawyer. Now the grounds must be there. Those are the initial ones I told you about.
The purchase must be.
The transaction is complete.
That must be complete.
The transaction is
complete. There should be monetary, no?
The money move.
Consideration, yes.
Yes. But you're not going to make the wife
pay.
Because in fact, what is the whole essence of you of claiming it's void? Because we already know that means if it's void, that means the wife raised an issue.
And maybe you could not
the man raised
you could not have known by the time of transaction or buying.
Now, if you didn't know, if you didn't know at the time of the transaction that you needed the consent
of the wife, or maybe this property was maybe a family property.
Yes. You still have to pay. You who sold illegally, he who obtains money and the benefits.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a principle.
There's a principle.
What's that principle?
I am not addressing my mind today.
But you get my point.
But there's a principle regarding that.
Yes, he who benefits illegally
must. There's a principle.
He's entitled to that money.
He's not entitled and must. Is entitled to the buyer, the person who bought must claim from that.
He's entitled to that.
To the value of the money.
To the money he obtained. So the main point here is you're not going to insist that the land you obtained is yours.
Okay.
You're not going to say it's yours because you didn't get it.
No. Here I have my argument.
You know why I'm saying you didn't get it?
Yes.
Because it was illegal.
See, by the time of purchase.
Yes.
And the research I did.
Yes.
That land, I was assured.
You didn't get good title.
Now let me give you this scenario. Now this is scenario. I'm going to give you a scenario that will build a problem question. That's where deep smoke has come from. You were married, Normin. Your wife lives abroad. You understand? By the time you want money, and you come to me, you will say, I'm selling this land. I make research. Maybe you have already even changed the title into individual names. So me, I've come to buy the land. I bought it already. But your wife also has a copy of the formal title that has that this is a family land, for example. Or maybe you bought it as you, but it has been a land that where you always stay. It has been having a matrimonial home. And now she's not around, you sell it off, and now she comes back and finds like Mr. ABC is the one in occupant of that land. Now he comes and tell you, please do what? I'm the wife. This is my certificate. We married this and this have been our wife. I mean our home for many years. So now I come to understand. ABC understand that this is a family land. Oh. Now he's coming to us. He's saying now, listen, I want to obtain my money. The man is nowhere to be seen. The land is there. The wife has a claim because she has even a marriage certificate. Now what do I do?
Have we gone to court yet?
No, he's coming to us. He's coming to you.
Yes,
to ask
that's
for.
what I'm asking you. You see now, you've given a big scenario, a scenario that comes with fraud in it.
A fraud from another party,
yes,
but not from the party.
It already has fraud. It has fraud in it. It's a transaction that is filled with fraud.
It is, yes. But there is a just for what?
Yes, but
for value.
But it has fraud, and you know how you know how fraud is handled.
Yeah.
Counsel, you know how fraud.
I know how fraud is counsel
is handled by that court.
Because yes. Those are court issues.
Those are court issues.
To resolve.
That is why now you need to pay us for that time. But
yeah,
the advice you do have is your claim is against the party who sold you illegally. The law says it. Yes? The law says it. The moment they declare that there was fraud and they say the land is not yours because there was no spousal consent.
Yes.
Where do you stay? I think that is the question, the initial question. That I put there my money, but the money I put there, I put it there, I've realized the whole transaction was illegal. How do I recover my money?
That's the question. How do you recover?
So that's what I'm telling you. You can ask for declarations for court to tell the other guy to pay you back
the money.
But you cannot claim that the land you got a good title.
Is there a possibility of in court of claiming that money from the government?
No.
Where the party who sold to you is not around? Maybe he's dead by nature, is deceased.
It's a very big topic.
Because I need outside the view, I want to understand. Which hopes do I have?
I know where you're going. The question. You've gone for the RTA.
Yes.
Yes, I know where you've gone. You've gone for the RTA. Huh?
Yeah.
In the reasoning for the viewers. What a viewer should know. Yes? What a viewer should know is one. Be cautious when you're handling with land. Yeah?
Do due diligence.
That is one. Do due diligence.
Yes.
By
before buying.
Doesn't mean ask him or ask who. You got land.
Land office.
Yes.
To register lands.
Search.
Yes.
Do
a research.
Do a search.
Or come to a lawyer and they do you.
In fact, simple terms come to us.
Come to any law firm, any lawyer. They do you for you a due diligence. Because by the time you realize you have lost over billions of money over something that you would have paid a lawyer that's a peanut.
Millions. We are broke. Millions of shillings.
Imagine you acquire a property of 2 billion or maybe 10 million.
You understand?
And the lawyer maybe would have paid maybe 10 million only. So who makes more loss? So it's better. Actually, viewers, it's good. The era we're in this generation, it's good to have a personal lawyer. Whether you have a company, whether it's even a family, at least where you derive your consultation. Even if we have estates, maybe let me say rentals, have a lawyer who is going to help you. Because I've seen yesterday I was watching news.
Like they have personal doctors.
Yes. Or personal pastor. Or personal pastor.
Like you.
Yeah, yesterday I saw a scenario where a landlord locked the tenant in the house. You saw that. I wish they could bring that get some kind of a test in a court. Because now, which kind of right do you have
to do what?
To lock the tenant in the house over failure to pay your rent? Are there no other procedure that you're supposed to follow? What if he dies in a course?
Why doesn't he want to pay me?
Yes, but do you have a right to lock him inside?
Why was he going to run away?
Even if he had run away, is that the only way that you could have claimed?
I know we're off topic, but
yes, but no, these are all things.
Contribute on this. This is my opinion.
Yes,
my
opinion.
I am a manager of an estate. The scenario you're giving is not different from the scenario where we lock gates.
And the tenants are hearing. Yeah, are watching you.
It doesn't differ from the scenario where you lock the gate. I owe you my money for rent. It's never too much. It's never too a lot. It's always around 3, 4, 5. And you know your tenant has the money. But your tenant doesn't see it as a priority to pay you.
Of course. Priority differs.
So what do? You lock the what?
You lock
the gate.
The gate.
The main gate.
From outside, from inside, when is the outside?
Doesn't matter. You lock the what? And when you stand on the gate, you allow the tenants who have paid to move out. You to look. You're pointing at the one who hasn't paid. It's not different from locking him from. In fact, locking him from inside the
they are
house.
watching you. Well, that's very illegal, and you can be prosecuted in course of law. You don't have any right to lock someone inside the house, even if it's your house with your name on it. But there are procedures. You have to go.
Money.
For example, you have to go to the LOCs. You call the meeting, and maybe you can also call the police to be around. Then you can arrest and take and attach the assets. Take them to police and they keep them there until he pays. If he fails, then they sell them off.
Where do we come in? I also want you to contribute on how we come in.
And now, where you feel like things are getting worse, come to a lawyer. By the way, you people, you always come to us when the situations are worse. After having a self-medication, then you remember there's a lawyer. Please, from Genesis, from the word go, let a lawyer be in the know and be in the lead of what you're doing, so that you don't get issues and paying a lot of money to a lawyer after the case has gone bad.
And after doing your search, that's where you clarify if this land was has some fraud in it. Or it's family issue. Let's not wait for these compensation issues to come on and what. Those ones you can skip them at the earliest stage.
You cure them early.
Because people are desperate. People are selling land, matrimonial land, without people knowing.
Even the children, when they are not aware.
Kids should buy their own land.
And second last question: can a partner lodge a caveat? If you find out, for example, if your wife finds out that you have sold the land, that is a family land or matrimonial home, can she lodge a caveat to stop any change of a title from the former to the new one?
A caveat for a layman is you write to the registrar lands stopping your colleague from handling carelessly the land. If you bought land together, or if it's matrimonial home, Muroho, Nyuena, you're using that land, and then you hear Baguma is desperate. He wants to mortgage the land. He wants to sell the land. You write to the register lands, so that no transaction can be done in regards to that land. That is a caveat. That is the only way you can protect your interests. Not the only way. It's not actually the only way. It's the emergency way.
Because the law says there are some sections I want to read for the viewers. There is sections at 9:1. Nobody can sell or mortgage or lease or otherwise transfer family land or any family land except with the prior consent of his or her spouse. So that's what we already talked about.
Yes.
Then section 9, one is also say as amended by section 20 of the Land Act number 1 of 2004, say that the sale shall be void, but the buyer may claim his purchase money from the purported seller.
That's what I was telling you.
So you go to the person who sold you and claim your money under this law.
And who sold?
The one who sold it to you. Then section 9 clause 7 Land Act stipulates a spouse not being the owner of such land, subject of sale, may lodge a caveat on the title to protect his or her interest.
So the question
Now, the question is not the owner. You're a man and you bought a land in your names. But the law here is saying that she can stop you because she has an interest. So, can you explain more on that?
in short, whatever we've discussed brings us back to this. We're going to summarize it again. The principles we had given you, if we had chosen to make it land, family land, and it qualifies as family
Land.
and it qualifies as family land, you are not to use it individually without your colleagues' consent. So if you intend on using it without your colleague's consent, your colleague has the option
Under the law.
to
stop you.
to frustrate you. The caveat is to frustrate you and
To hold any activity that you want to do.
So the point is to do what?
To hold.
Frustrate you, so that you get back to your senses
And come to
and you come
table.
to sit, so that we see what is the extent of you selling this land. Where are we going to go? The money you're going to get, you're going to use it for what?
For what? Yes.
Where are you leaving us as a family? You get the point? So the essence of the caveat is to put sense in your partner. The one who intends on misusing
that is property.
Yes, that's property.
Now there is this case of Sentongo Produce and the coffee farmers limited versus Rosie Nakafuma Maisa High Court. A miscellaneous application family is a case of 6 of 1999 at page 690.
What is in it?
What said it was held that a caveat to be valid, the caveat must have a protectable interest, legal or equitable, to be protected by a caveat.
Legal or
equitable.
equitable.
It doesn't matter which interest she had, but so long as the interest qualifies to be legal or equitable, she can lodge a caveat against.
You're married,
If you're not married, it's equitable. So that means, viewers, even if you're not married to your husband, but you have children together, you can lodge a caveat on the interest for the sake of your children. That's equitable. Not on your own, on the behalf of the children. That's equitable. It becomes an equitable interest. But for a legal wife, that will be a legal interest, because you are married legally and also you have children, maybe. So now, program, I want to read some few comments here. Some members here have written to us. There's Matovu Dennis says, what can I do if I have inherited land which I have stayed on for over 20 years, and the family of the person who gave me land starts claiming it and wanting to sell it?
Matovu, first, you inherited the land. When you say that the family where you inherited from wants to
sell it.
Wants to sell it.
Yes.
The family.
They're claiming it personally and they want to sell it off.
When you say you inherited it, so what does he mean by inheriting?
Maybe it was in the will, he was given it here, probably.
Yes, if you are, and those are the questions we need first to know. Because if it was a will and you were given that land, that is your land.
That's already your land.
It is your land.
So that interest is
so the
legal, because if there's a will...
Yes, the question is really hard if you don't break it down, because families move, estates of the deceased move on letters of administration, or letters of probate.
Probate, yes.
By probate, that means there was a will and they distributed, so you managed to get your property from there.
Yes, share from the will.
Yes.
Then by administration?
Maybe you might say you were gifted the land. That is also different. So the question is, how did you get
your land?
The land.
Share you're talking about.
That is where the question is. That is why your question should
Yeah.
Yes.
Both either appropriate to administration.
So
or a gifted
if you are gifted this land, it is your land. Because a gift, if it was obtained well before the death of the person, it is yours to keep.
Not fraudulently.
Yes. You do know even a person can give property to a person who's not even related to him. People give property to charity.
Even to churches.
Yes.
And they pass.
Charity.
Yes, by law they pass, yeah.
Yes. So,
in a simple terms,
the man asked, in short, if this property you obtained it by way of a will, it is your property. If you obtain it by way of gift,
so it
is your property, and the family has no right.
Maybe the question comes: is it a title land that you can lodge a caveat? But if it's not, you can either come to the law, come to a lawyer, and they assist you in stopping them from selling it off.
So we come to which extent which extent are they on? Where have they reached?
Maybe they are trying to look for a buyer and they want to tell it. I'm imagining.
So if he reaches to that point, then he has to run
to a lawyer,
to a lawyer, so that we can see how we can stop them from doing all those
temporary remedies
and have them,
and the permanent ones.
Exactly.
So I hope Matovu, you have been answered. Kajux the Pope, I have liked the show. Mugisa Musinguzi Peter, what do I do if I inherit the land and then the family of the person who gave me the land wants to sell it? It's probably the same. Probably when the person who gave me land died. Yeah, we have answered you. Thanks for the show. I'm watching live from Masin Town. Yeah, Musinguzi Peter, thank you so much. Charles Bamuturaki. Next topic, we had very many challenges. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Charles Bamuturaki. There's a Queen Sheila. Thanks for the show, Emmanuel. Big up to our guest today. So, guests, big up from the Queen herself. There's Mbaba Zisharod. Thanks for the show. Elkem TV. Thank you. Samasa Pro Zinki. Greetings, Norman Baguma. You have an OB here. So, our viewers, thank you so much. Keep sending in your comments, and we shall be able to answer every question that you pose to us, because it's an our mandate and a professional to give you right answers. And you feel that what we have given the time been enough, you can reach out to us. You can reach out to me at Elkem TV. You can inquire and they give you my details. Or Baguma Normin, Counsel Baguma Normin is situated at Zemei Abbey Law Chamber, that post office here in Masindi, and reach out and they will be able to help you in any legal way, any legal issue and consultation. Yes. They will do it for you. If whether you want to sell land, don't sell land behind doors. Please come and they do it for you, and a good argument. Thank you. May God bless you so much.